Such is the progression of our planetary system. The suns of all solar systems express in that way, drawing energy to themselves that greater energy may be given out. If our sun were a great lump of coal, it would sometimes be consumed. No, it has existed for hundreds of millions of years. It draws to itself force, power, energy, making it available to our world as well as others. Man must learn the same lesson of the exchange of energy. The moment we withhold our forces, stagnation takes place. But if we give forth of what we have, the new always flows in to refill the space left by what was given out. The energy is inexhaustible if we will use it in the right way and in the right direction. That is why this body of ours is renewed. If that energy is without us, it is also within us. If divinity is without, then we cannot keep it from within. All that one needs do is to make of himself a channel for the divine force. It is always pulsating and cannot be depleted. This is the essential explanation of man's immortality. There is an immortality to every thought, every act, and every word. There is a coalescing force which man cannot escape. What man generates and emanates accomplishes the fact which has always existed. The fact of all being has always existed in spirit without beginning or end. Man always questions the nature of beginning. It is not easy to conceive of anything without an origin. As far as man is concerned, beginning came into being with conscious or separate identity. Before that, man was spirit, and that state is one to which we shall return. The new attitude towards science and religion will enable us to realize the better things which have been promised. They are here now, when we shall have opened ourselves to receive them. God is in no way the form of a human being. God is that supreme intelligent power that premeets every form and every atom of the whole universe. When you realize that supreme intelligent power is fully centralized within your form, you are that power, and by fully acknowledging that this power acts through you, you are that power. Each and every individual has the ability to be that power. This is the God kingdom into which every individual is born, and as soon as all see and know this, all are of God's kingdom. Questions and answers. What is the first law? Answer. The first law is I am. This is the lost word. We are beginning to realize it. God, I am. Question. I should like to know more about the I am as the Masters presented it to you. Answer. I am is the second word in the language. It means the complete acceptance that you are God. God, I am. The word God is the first because of its greatest vibration, and then your acceptance is I am. Question. What is the Holy Ghost? Answer. The Holy Ghost means the whole of the I am spirit in complete action in every form. Question. How does one bring forth the Christ? Answer. The Christ must be born within each one. Jesus gave us the example of this. You bring forth that which is within you by turning your attention to and concentrating upon that very thing. The Christ is within you. Question. If these masters you write about are able to leave their bodies, how is it that so few people know about it? Answer. Because the people don't believe it, they do not leave the body. That is an expression which is used so that it can be understood. They take their bodies with them. Question. Have you ever contacted Saint Germain? Answer. We know of Saint Germain and know of his life. It was a great life. No one knows that Saint Germain ever went through death. My adopted brother and I had an interesting experience in this connection. He was engaged in a great government engineering project in this country. After he left that, Paris cabled him to come over there. They had under advisement the draining of a great swamp back of the city of Paris and making it a fertile country for gardens. As they proceeded with that, this scene began to encroach upon Saint Germain's tomb, and they realized they would have to move it. He cabled me and suggested I come over, as they would probably open the casket and we could view the remains. I went over. The casket was opened, and in the casket was found only the thigh bone of a dog. Now think of the thousands of healings that went on in that place. They put all of their thoughts upon the accomplishment of Saint Germain. They lost all track of their infirmities, and complete perfection took place. Now that is so with nearly every one of the shrines today. Question: when we wish something that is ours by divine right, is it right to demand it? Answer: if anything is yours by divine right, there will be no need to demand it. Our own acceptance of illusion negates the good that we want. When you give expression to the divine nature within you, you will find whatever you will use at hand. The realization of this permits you to know that the good is accomplished before you express the thought. The need does not have to arise. And now, the next chapter, chapter 4, is called Life Eternal. From a select amoeba, the divine image never changes. It dominates the ideal and perfect form and passes on that perfect form, unchanged, to every new cell that is created in the entire form. Thus, every cell of the bodies of the entire human race not only has the perfect, but is the perfect image of supreme intelligence. Thus, we have the unassailable proof that man, or humanity, is the divine, supreme intelligence, which is God, the conquering Christ, God-man, the result of the complete coalition of the Trinity. Indeed, every seed has the exact image of that which it will produce. Now, let us sit quietly and look directly at this select amoeba and its ability to reproduce and send forth and unerringly implant its perfect image into every cell that, through multiplication, forms not only the human form, but every tree, every blade of grass, every flower, every crystal, and every rock, as well as every grain of sand. In fact, by the close examination of crystals, all rock structure can readily be classified. It is thus with every grain of sand as well as with all minerals. This crystallization is the foundation from which we learn their relationship to the whole and their relationship and economic value to humanity. I want to stop right here and read a little something about crystallization from Walter Russell's book. Walter Russell, in his book, The Secret of Light, had this to say about this crystallization. Nor have we the slightest inkling of the cause of curvature of space, nor the voidance of that curvature in planes of zero curvature at wave-filled boundaries. No one now knows how it is that crystals get their various shapes. It will amaze the world to know that those shapes of crystals are determined in space by the shapes of the wave fields which bound the various elemental structures. So this is my thought here. If we are God, and God realized, and we would have to be God to do this, then we ourselves determine in space the shapes of the wave fields which will cause various elemental structures to be. And that way it's true that we would have to be God in order to do something like that. But since with God there is no time nor space, we don't have to be in what we consider outer space to do this. We have to know right here, right now, where we are, that we are God, and that we influence everything that we think about. Our thoughts must be the wave-filled boundaries that determine what something will be and cause the crystallization of that to become what it is that makes it what it is. I just think that's a very interesting thing to consider. Anyway, I'd like to hear anybody's comments on this. I know it's said that we're becoming a crystalline human being instead of the carbon-based human being. So any thoughts on this I would welcome.